we are ready to tolerate 300 days of neglect and ignorance for 65 days or 64 days of good treatment. Yeah, so we are happy with the bare minimum that we get, and we feel good. At least my father loves me, at least my mother loves me, even though it's just one day, even though it's just a rare phenomena, I mean once in a year or twice a year. But that is something that keeps us addicted. Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about, the different reasons why narcissistic parents are obsessed with your failure and not with your success. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So these narcissistic parents are narcissists who have extreme sense of entitlement. They feel that rules don't apply to them. They genuinely feel that they deserve all the good treatment and attention and admiration, and that's it. They lack empathy. So when it comes to their children, you know um, it's the same thing. They genuinely don't have empathy on the inside. They just see things through a very transactional instrumental lens. So basically, they bring you in this world because they want to harvest something out of you. They bring you in this world because they can harvest anything out of you at any point in time. So these narcissistic parents don't start family out of altruistic reasons or out of love. It's very transactional, instrumental, and then they will guilt trip you, make you feel indebted for the bare minimum, I mean, which every parent does for their children. But these narcissistic parents are going to keep you reminded of the bare minimum that they have done. They are going to gaslight you into believing that the bare minimum that they did was based on a lot of sacrifice and hardship. They had to go through a lot to bring food on the table. They went through whatnot. They had to travel miles to work, and they had to install system or a kind of a device to harvest water out of thin air, and that did cost them a fortune. They come up with a lot of bullshit stories. Yeah, I mean, illogical, irrelevant bullshit stories, and all of it is basically to guilt trip you into doing things for them. These narcissistic parents are going to withhold love and affection, validation, appreciation, and that's how they control you. They will never give you the healthy validation that you seek. Yeah, and that's the reason we keep going back to them. Yeah, because they are our primary caregiver, they are our parents, and it's a kind of a default setting in us that we look up to them for things. We want their support, we want them to be there for us. But them being there for us comes with a lot of terms and conditions. As long as we are productive and of some use and we are giving them what they want out of us, they are there, I mean, just there for the sake of being there. Yeah, but they are not emotionally present for you. They are not there to you know guide you or encourage you or motivate you or counsel you in a healthy way. No, they're just there to harvest things out of you, and that's it. Rest you have to uh, reparent yourself or protect yourself or do things for yourself or stand up for yourself. That's your thing. Yeah, you got to do all of those things. uh, the only thing they can do is that they can be maybe physically present, legally present as a father, as a biological father, as a biological mother. That's it. They are emotionally absent. They will just criticize you, shame you, guilt trip you, and all of it is basically to put you in that mode so that you burn yourself out and you keep doing things for them. Yeah, you get into this rat race that I need to get there, validation. I need to please them. I need to alleviate their pain and misery. But trust me, they are, forever chronic victims. You can never change their situation. You can never make them happy. Yeah, these are, some of the red flags. They are forever, victim. They are forever suffering. They are forever in pain and misery. Yeah, no matter, you do whatever for them. Yeah, if if you get their loans paid, if you, build house for them, if you give them money, no matter what you do for them, they are going to be sad and miserable. They are never going to thank you or tell you, wow, thank you so much, you have done a lot for us. No, instead they are going to compare you with the others. They are going to guilt trip you. They are going to tell you, I mean, this is just, the least, that you can do for me. You have got no idea, I mean, what it takes to raise a child. It takes a village and blah blah. They'll come up with, different kinds of, theories and logic, and all of it is basically to guilt trip you. So, in short, you can never get even with them. Yeah, their pain, their hardship, their challenges, are the greatest. Your hardship, your pain, your misery, your suffering, it's irrelevant. Yeah. So, no matter what you do for your narcissistic parents, you will never be able to make them, you know, truly happy. And this is because, they don't want you to, stop doing things for them. And how do they do that? By constantly, telling you that they are suffering, they have, unfulfilled wishes and desire, and you become their rescuer. That's how they trap you. That's how they bait you into staying in the relationship, and that's how they extort things out of you. For narcissistic parents, children are nothing more than supply sources. That's it. They are going to raise you for 3-4 years, and then they are going to start harvesting things out of you. They are going to train you to raise other siblings. They are going to train you to act like an adult, whereas in you are just 4-year-old or 5-year-old. They will burden you with adult responsibilities, and this is their way of telling you to grow up. This is their way of telling you that your childhood is an inconvenience. Stop being kiddo, stop being childish, grow up, behave like an adult. And that's the reason we suffer from a lot of trauma, because from an early age we are pressured into thinking, behaving, and functioning like an adult, whereas in a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old is expected to be like a kid and do kid stuff, not adult stuff. Yeah. But to tell you honestly, from my own experience, I remember, I mean, when I was 5 or 6 year old, they used to guilt trip me. Yeah. And they used to burden me and pressure me into doing things, and I used to feel miserable. I was not allowed to be a child. I was not allowed to do and enjoy things that a child likes doing. No, they literally made me feel as if it's my duty to fix their problem. They literally made me feel as if if I remain a child, nothing is going to change. So I need to grow up faster. I need to become an adult. Yeah. Much before the actual age, I need to start behaving like an adult, because being a child is not solving the problem. Being a child is not helping them in any way. Yeah. It was their subtle, covert way of telling me that you need to grow up and stop being a child. Just start helping us, start doing things for us. We brought you for return, not uh, so that you can live your childhood. These narcissistic parents rob you of your childhood, and then they guilt trip you into doing things for them. Yeah, they don't even let you grow in a healthy manner. They don't even let you enjoy your childhood, experience your childhood. No, they just burden you, parentify you, they emotionally blackmail you, guilt trip you. They do all sorts of things from an early age, and that's how they have better grip over you. That's how we are very loyal towards them. Yeah, that's how we are very committed towards them. That's how we are very, emotionally enmeshed and codependent on them. Yeah, they are everything for us. And how do they get us addicted to them? With their inconsistent behavior, the highs and lows, sometimes good treatment, sometimes horrible treatment, silent treatment, passive aggressive treatment, guilt trip, shaming, comparison. I mean, they might just stonewall. They will do all sorts of things. And that creates, this cycle of addiction that, makes us addicted to them. Yeah. We are ready to tolerate 300 days of neglect and ignorance for, 65 days or 64 days of good treatment. Yeah. So, we are happy with the bare minimum that we get, and we feel good. At least, my father loves me, at least my mother loves me, even though it's just one day, even though it's just, a rare phenomena. I mean, once in a year or twice a year. But, that is something that keeps us addicted. Nothing is, predictable. It's all the time unpredictable, chaotic, lots of drama, emotional highs and lows. And that's how we are tethered to them. That's how we are emotionally chained and tethered to our narcissistic parents. The first reason why narcissistic parents are obsessed with your failure is because your success threatens their superiority. So these narcissistic parents don't view their children, as separate entity, separate individual. They view their children as an extension of themselves. So what I like, my child will like. What I, want my child to do, my child will happily do. My child will not ask question. They fail to, see us as, separate individuals with our own uniqueness, with our own functioning mind. They don't see us that way. They see us as an extension of themselves. And when we succeed, when we are successful, it's like a red flag, like a threat. We might outgrow, we might leave them, we might become independent, and that's not what they have bred us for. They brought us in this world solely to serve them, whether it is, their emotional needs, social needs, financial needs. We are there, solely to serve them. We were not brought in this world so that we can have a life of our own. So these narcissistic parents, they really feel jealous, when you are successful. Yeah. So, they are always, secretly, in a way, they secretly want you to fail. Yeah, they're very obsessed, with your failure. Yeah, they are more obsessed, with your failure than your success. Yeah, because it threatens them. What if my child becomes successful? He might just leave. He might, become independent. She might become independent. She might not listen to me. She might not be dependent on me. She might not, look out for my suggestion and feedback and advice. Yeah. So, they fear losing you. They fear losing control over you when you succeed. Yeah. And that's the reason, a lot of these narcissistic parents, secretly, want their children to fail. Yeah, I mean, if you succeed, it's okay. If you're the golden child and if you're succeeding, or if the golden child, has run away and now you are, in the succession list, um, in those cases, they might, pretend that they are happy, but deep inside, these narcissistic parents are scared of your success. Yeah. And they're very obsessed about your failure. Yeah, they will not keep you reminded of the times, you did things properly or you were successful and you performed well, but they are going to keep you reminded on a regular basis, daily basis, of the failures. Wherever, you did mistake, error, you failed, you didn't perform well, they will keep you reminded of that. Yeah. So these narcissistic parents, hate when their children's, become successful. Somewhere or the other, they feel threatened that, they might lose their supply source, which they have created by just doing the bare minimum, having sex, that's it. The other reason why narcissistic parents are obsessed with your failure and not with your success is because failure gives them a sense of control. Yeah, they swoop into, that rescue mode. Yeah, that, you can't do things right. If I wasn't there, you would have just messed and this and that. They are going to blackmail you, they are going to guilt trip you, and this is basically to reassert dominance. Yeah, so when you fail, they start pretending to be your only rescuer. I told you not to do this. Oh God, I mean, you have messed things up, you can never do things right. It's okay, come on, I mean, I'll try and fix. I mean, do the way how I'm instructing and suggesting, and things will be okay. So they want you to fail so that they can jump in and pretend to be your rescuer and savior, and that's how they get a chance to reassert control. These narcissistic parents are evil individuals. They are not the kind of parent who would be happy with your success, who would be happy with your growth and evolvement. They cry, they weep, they get hurt when they see that you are successful, you are enjoying life, you are happy, you're moving on, you're happy without them, you are celebrating, enjoying things with your friends or with your partner or with your children. They hate it. Yeah, they hate when you are happy. Yeah, because I mean, you might not need them, you might not allow them to control you or manipulate you. Yeah, so they secretly wish that you fail in anything and everything that you get into. Yeah, so that they will get a chance and they'll come into the scene, and then they'll pretend to be your savior, and that's it. Again, they will start controlling you, they will start manipulating you, gaslighting you. The other reason why narcissistic parents are obsessed with your failure and not with your success is because they secretly root, for your downfall. I mean, I would say they consciously, in some cases, not consciously, but in majority of the cases, it's consciously, that, they want you to collapse. They want you to fail. And why is that? Because they want, uh, you to need them, they want you to want them, they want you to make them feel needed again. And how would that happen? If you're successful, if you're thriving, if you're doing well, you might not need them. Yeah, so these narcissistic parents, I mean, majority of the narcissistic parents secretly want you to fail miserably, and then they will come into the scene. Yeah, they want uh, to be relevant, they want to exist in your life. Yeah, even though they are not making you feel comfortable, they are not making you feel good, they are not helping you grow and evolve, but still they want to be in your life. And that is the reason they secretly want you to fail, they secretly pray for your downfall. Yeah, and that's how you will need them again. Yeah, that's how you will run back to them. You are, as it is, emotionally tethered, you are, as it is, emotionally dependent on them. So when you fail, you have nowhere else to go. Yeah, and you again go back to them. So these narcissistic parents have this extreme hunger and craving for attention, admiration, to be the center of the universe in your life. And that is the reason they are obsessed with your failure. They want you to fail. Yeah, so that you will need them again, they remain relevant in your life. Yeah, and then they will have their own unique way to control you, manipulate you, extort things out of you, and do whatnot. The other reason why narcissistic parents are obsessed with your failure and not with your success is because they reframe your success as luck or arrogance. They will say, don't get too full of yourself. I mean, they are going to throw these kind of statements, or claim your win as something which was not earned, you just got it by luck. Yeah, they are never going to appreciate your success, or they are never going to tell you, I'm so proud of you, I'm so happy for you. Yeah, I mean, best of luck. I mean, go ahead and live your life, and do whatever you want. They are not going to react like that. Instead, they are going to tell you that you became successful either by luck, or um, you are where you are because of them, I mean, they will credit hog, they will give you backhanded compliments. So basically, they don't want you to enjoy your success. They don't want you to feel good, you know, for your success. They want you to feel indebted to them for your success. I mean, the hardship, the challenges, the suffering, all of those, things that you experienced in the process of becoming successful in life, they want you to believe that it was because of them or it was because of luck. I mean, you are not good enough, you don't have any qualities or anything. It was because of them and it was because of luck you are where you are. Yeah, so they will, forbid you, from enjoying, yeah, or feeling good, for your success. So these narcissistic parents are going to reframe your success as luck or arrogance. Yeah, they are not going to tell you, well, it's your hard work, I mean, you are where you are because of your hard work. No, they're going to either say it's because of luck, or they are going to tell you that it was because of them, and that's it. They don't want you to enjoy and celebrate your success. Yeah, and that's how they control you. So these narcissistic parents, are really obsessed, with your failure, hardship, and pain and suffering. Yeah, so when you are successful, they don't appreciate, they don't laud. Instead, they gaslight you. Instead, they criticize you or give you backhanded compliments. Yeah, they will keep you reminded of the times when you failed. Yeah, so what if I have failed but I am doing good now? I mean, I should be seen, for who I am. I should be appreciated, for the things that I'm doing for myself or the things that I'm achieving. But these things, don't exist in narcissistic families. Yeah, and that's how these narcissistic parents get to control you and keep harvesting things out of you. The other reason why these narcissistic parents are obsessed with your failure is because, when you are doing good or when you are happy all by yourself, they feel hurt. It causes them narcissistic injury. It's like an ego death for them. Yeah, and that's something which is unbearable for them when you are successful or when you are moving on in life and they are not there. Yeah, they hate that, and that's the reason they secretly wish and pray and want you to fail. They want you to keep coming back to them. Yeah, so when you are successful or when you are in your highs, when you are doing good, you know you might be alone. You might be doing things in your own way, and they might have this feeling of being left out. To simplify, these narcissistic parents hate when you are happy all by yourself. They hate when you enjoy your success. They hate when you are celebrating your success and the things that you have done, you have earned. And in those moments, these narcissistic parents are going to vanish or take a back seat. They are not going to reach out to you and tell you, wow, I'm so happy for you. You have done so well. These narcissistic parents are not going to laud you. There will be no applause, no pride, just silence, distance, and subtle sabotage. So these narcissistic parents, when they see that you are having a good time, you're successful, you are enjoying your highs, and you are having a good time, they feel betrayed. They hate it. Yeah, and then you can actually see, when you are happy, you are successful, they'll be very cold. They will not be like, oh wow, I'm so happy for you, why don't you go there and celebrate, why don't you guys go ahead and visit this place and that place. No, they are not going to participate and tell you to enjoy, and they are going to give credit to you for your hard work. Yeah, and for the efforts that you put into. These narcissistic parents are going to distance themselves. They will pretend as if they have a lot of things on the table. They are stuck in their own issues. They will not tell you, I'm proud of you. They are not going to tell you, this is so good. Yeah, instead they will behave very cold. They will be very distant, and overall, you will feel that, in some ways they are not happy. When you are happy, they are not happy. Yeah. So this is, one of the reasons why narcissistic parents, are really obsessed, with your failure. They are obsessed about your failure and not your success. Yeah. Because, every time you fail, they will have a role to play. Every time you fail, you might go back to them. Every time, you fail, they might, come out of the blue, as your rescuer. Yeah. So, these narcissistic parents are obsessed about control. They're obsessed about harvesting supply and not, letting you live your life and enjoy your life and, go about your life. So with time, we tend to realize that no matter what we do for them, they are never happy. No matter how successful I become, they are not happy. I mean, they credit hog, they give us backhanded compliments. With time, we do have a lot of realization, and then we come to a conclusion that my happiness is something that hurts them. But yes, my pain, my suffering, my failure is something which is like a balm for them, yeah, which is like a soothing balm for them, yeah, which alleviates their pain. Yeah, they are more happy when we are suffering. Yeah. Whereas in a healthy setup, parents are happy when you are happy. But in a narcissistic family, parents are happy when you suffer. And they are sad and they mourn and grieve when they see you succeeding in life, when they see you enjoying life, when they see you becoming independent. So things are just the other way around in narcissistic families. So yes, these were, some of the reasons, why narcissistic parents are never happy with your happiness and success. Instead, you will see that they are very obsessed, with your failure. Yeah. They will keep on, giving unsolicited advices. They'll keep on micromanaging. They'll keep on reminding you of your mistakes. They will keep on, telling you how you failed them and how you are not a good son or a good daughter. Yeah, how someone else's son and daughter is doing so well. They are doing so much for their parent. And, all of it is basically to, tell you that you need to do more. I need more. Whatever you are doing is less. Yeah. And just keep coming back to me. Just be dependent on me. Don't leave me. Don't prioritize your life. Don't prioritize your family. Don't prioritize your children. Just keep prioritizing me because I brought you in this world solely to serve me. So yes, these were some of the reasons why narcissistic parents hate your happiness, your success, and they are, extremely obsessed, with your failure. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.